Hello, and thank you for trusting me to read for you. Today I'm going to be reading the breakup reading. So I'm going to let you know a little bit of information while I'm just shuffling here. So on my YouTube channel, when I use this camera, if the camera zooms in on a specific card, I'll pull a clarifier from the tarot deck. So I'm using the Oracles of Yes or No, and I'm using the Chakra Affirmations because all of my readings get bonus cards. So for your bonus cards, I decided to do chakra cards so that you can work on balancing some of those, because often when we experience a breakup, our chakras will experience something because of all the energy that was because of that relationship. And then I'm also using the Crystal Unicorn Tarot by Pamela Chen. So let's go ahead and get started. Question number 1. Why did we break up? Question number 2, what could I do differently? Then question number 3 is a yes or no card, so I'm going to get these done and then we'll go back to that. Question number 4, what should I learn? And then question number 5 is, so question number 3 is, will they come back? And then question number 5, do they regret the breakup? All right, so card number 1, why did we break up? This is showing as the energy of the reverse 5 of Swords. So the reverse 5 of Swords is about the energy of like a fair fight. I feel that this person, when you guys had disagreements, they didn't do a very good job of like being fair, meaning they didn't let you say how you really felt. They didn't take into consideration your feelings. They weren't very considerate. And this is something that caused you to not have this connection anymore. In some ways, I feel that this person was taking advantage of you and you weren't really saying no. You were putting things out, but it was without boundaries. And when there's no boundaries and people take advantage of what is there, at some point you have to say, well, is it their fault or is it my fault for not putting up boundaries? So in some ways, this person did things in your life that were unfair. They really were. But it's because it's like being a cow farmer and not putting up any fences. Everything just roams. And are you entitled, or is this yours? Yes. But if you don't protect it or stand up for yourself, then that person will come in and take it. And that's really what they did. So then the clarity on that is showing as the reverse King of Pentacles. So the energy that this person had with the reverse King of Pentacles is about like not having really a lot of follow through. So this person really expected you to do like everything. This person wanted you to emotionally carry the relationship, financially, physically. Like this person had the expectation that you would do a lot of the work. And you did. Because I feel that in some ways you were kind of like shown when you were younger, like, hey, this is the way relationships work. This is the way you're supposed to do this. And some of the information that you got wasn't quite accurate. You know, some of the ways that relationships were done in the past was harmful to one of the parties. And I feel that you were the party who was harmed the most because I feel that you had the most taken from you. And in part, it's because of not putting up the boundaries, but it's in part because you met someone who looked for people who didn't have boundaries. Card number 2, what could I do differently? This energy is showing as the star. I want to make sure that you can see that. So the star energy really is about hope returning. I feel that you kind of went into this connection with a little bit of hopelessness. Like a little bit of a feeling like, well, things don't always necessarily work out the way I want them to. It's really interesting because I've noticed the clock at 3 minutes and 33 seconds 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Like, it keeps catching my attention. So I feel that you're getting a lot of synchronicity in your life. You're getting a lot of clarity. And there is a part of you, I feel, that knows that this connection was not the best connection. And I feel that the reason that things happened the way they did is because it was a lesson for you to learn about those boundaries. What do they look like? How do I feel? What do I want? What's allowed? What's not allowed? How do I not necessarily protect, but how do I give myself an experience to the fullest without taking from other people? And I feel that you're going to gain some clarity through this connection. I feel that you've already gained some clarity through this connection. You know, one of the reasons I have like a long wait for people to get their readings is because sometimes when they buy a reading, the energy shifts so drastically during the time before it's like presented to them that now you have already gotten some of this clarity. And I feel that your spirit guides want you to know that this was a learning lesson and you did everything right. And so did the other person, because this was the experience that was supposed to happen. So then card number 3, will they come back? No. Trust. Trusting is vital in life. Review your life. Is trust as strong as it could be? I feel that that trust is actually trust for yourself. I feel that now that you've had a chance to kind of step back and look at some of these experiences, they're not always the most positive. I feel that this person definitely took advantage of the situation, and I don't feel that they will come back. And I feel that the reason they're not going to come back is because you've gained clarity. You know how you feel about things. You have a lot of strength that you didn't have when you were connected to this person. So then the next card is, what should I learn? And this is the energy of the Knight of Cups upright. So the Knight of Cups upright is this like romantic love. It's this energy of romance, and I feel that that was lacking in this connection. I feel that there's going to be another person that's coming in that's going to bring that sense of romance that you were looking for. So when that new person comes in, because this person is not coming back for a relationship, they may come back to see if they can take advantage of you without giving you a relationship. And some people fall for that, and you know what happens? They get strung along. But you are doing a really good job of paying attention to your intuition, and you're kind of seeing this more than you ever have. Kind of look at some of the stories that you have with this person and say, if I told Sarah these stories, or if I told a therapist these stories, would they see it differently than I'm trying to make it? Because I feel like that's some of what happened in the past. But you're doing a really, really good job of being like, you know what, I want a relationship where the person is invested and shows up and is romantic. So don't let this person find you being too trusting to where they get to do all this thing and you get nothing. The next one, do they regret breaking up? No, don't. This path is not the best path for you. Don't settle in life. You are worthy of great things. And I feel that the reason it's saying that message is the idea of you wanting them to come back or them regretting it. It's not a... I feel that you're looking at some of this and you're trying to find your blame. You're trying to find your fault. You're trying to find what you could do differently to make this never happen. And the thing is, that is not possible. So you can't keep beating yourself up for this connection and for like how things happened, because it wasn't the point. And if you focus on that, what happens is your guides say, and the universe says, oh, well, they didn't learn the lesson. So start over again, even if it's with a new person. So do something different. Put up boundaries. Some boundaries that are healthy. Don't leave me on red. Don't tell me you're going to show up and then not show up. Don't call me names. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, there are things that we know, okay, I don't want this. But then there's also that list of I do want this. So I would sit down and make the two lists, what I do want, what I don't want. And then what you don't want, you're going to want to set it aside, and you're going to want to focus more on what you do want. But you need to find what you don't want so that you can put it into what you do want. So let's say you don't want a freeloader. What do you want? Someone who is financially contributing. So for a long time, so the way that laws of attraction work, if we focus on what we don't want, the universe will keep bringing us what we don't want, because it's like we put it on our order. So you can make a do not want list and then transfer it over into a do want list. So that way, when this person comes in, you have a whole list of what you do want. And if I know that I do want someone who's financially contributing and they're taking money from me, then I know that they are not someone who I want in my life, because they tried to go over the boundary that is healthy that I set up for me. All right, so then let's go ahead and we'll do the bonus cards. All of my readings get bonus cards. We're going to do 3 of the chakra affirmation cards. Those. Card number 1 is your root chakra. Physically safe. My body is safe. I feel that this is important for you. I feel it does kind of lean back at that other part. Okay, didn't really land on anything. I do feel that you're making good choices. I feel that this person was like kind of sneaky with what they were. Sometimes people can ask you things in a certain way or articulate in a different way. So it's not really landing on anything. But I'm going to pull one for my body is safe, because I feel like that kind of felt like an odd energy when it got flipped over. So let's pull a clarity card. What does their body safe mean? Justice. Okay. So I feel like this other relationship, there were things that were going on, and you were not being treated properly. And it's difficult for you to see that. That hurts. That also causes you a little bit of a feeling of distrust. Not necessarily for other people, but for yourself. You chose the relationship with this person, and it didn't feel as good as you wanted it to feel. So taking the responsibility for that will allow you to choose a person that does feel good. So the next card is positivity. My creation helps others. This is the throat chakra card. So I think that you're doing a very good job with telling other people, which is really funny. It's 12 minutes and 22 seconds. So we have 222. I feel that you're telling other people, hey, you know, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. You should do this. You should do that. And you're not really taking your own advice. So then the third card is the crown chakra, and this says help. It is good for me to ask my higher self for help. And so that's going to be that connection. And when you have that connection, you are going to have the trust that you need for yourself. Currently, you don't have that trust for yourself, but that can be built over time. And the more we build trust for ourselves, the easier it is for us to trust other people when they come in and want to be in a connection with us. All right, well, thank you for trusting me to read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.